Okay, so I've got Carrie and Mel here who have just finished, or no, not just finished, have you? You're about to finish your 8-week Forever Kickstart Challenge, and they have very kindly agreed to answer a few questions. Okay, so Carrie, before you did the Forever Kickstart Challenge, how did you maintain your weight? What sort of things did you do?
I've done a couple of things like Weight Watchers years ago, but clearly they didn't work. And going to the gym, where I've managed to put on about 2 stone over the last 10 years.
Right, okay, so not perhaps the sort of consistently the most successful program. How were you feeling energy wise when you were going through those sort of programs?
No, certainly the Weight Watchers thing was good for a little while, but then it just kind of stagnated, I suppose. The gym was fine, it was up and down, but my energy over the years has just waned, and just getting more and more tired.
Okay. So would you say that the programs worked until they didn't?
Yeah, there's no consistency in it.
So not being able to fit it into your life, let's say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Now, have you dropped a dress size over the 8 weeks?
Yes, I have.
You have, great. And how much weight have you lost?
I stood in £10.
Fabulous. And how does that make you feel?
Great. I feel much healthier and much fitter.
Yeah, lovely. And is there anything that you can do now that you felt that you couldn't do before you started the programme?
Physically, I can do a lot more things than I could before. I had problems with my knee, and I could only get up the stairs one step at a time. Now I can climb up and down the stairs absolutely fine without any problems.
Great, so faster housework.
Much faster.
Marvellous. Okay, and Carrie, how has the Forever Kickstart Challenge differed from other things that you've done before?
For me, it's really been about the motivation, the mental motivation, I think. The HIIT training is great that we do, so that's doing that regularly. But for me, it's getting inside the head and finding out the reasons behind everything and why we do the internal voices. And the science behind everything. So that engages me.
Okay. So sort of like would you say it's more about implementation, more about actually getting it done, rather than actually me giving you more rules as to what you should and shouldn't eat and what you should and shouldn't do?
Sure, because we know, as you say, if we get given rules, we all know what we're supposed to do. It's actually doing it, which is hard, and you can go and do it for a short space of time. Which has been what I've done before. I go along and I do it and I join it and I'm full of energy and enthusiasm, but it's just keeping it going. And that's been the difference. It's getting into your head and understanding yourself.
Okay, so would you say it's sort of that motivation and the accountability that you've got
definitely
more with the programme than maybe you have before?
Yeah, and accountability sounds a bit scary, as if you know that it's very non-judgmental, and that's also massive. So you do have to, be accountable, but if you mess up, it's not the end of the world. We all mess up, don't we? We all mess up at times. And it's sort of learning to sort of thrive within that chaos of life and not putting it off until that perfect time to start. And learning how to deal with the failure and not saying it's the end of everything. So it's really, the motivation is massive, because the exercise bit is physically, whilst it's hard work, it's the easy bit. It's it's just maintaining it, isn't it? Consistency.
Great, good. And Mel, how has it worked out being part of a small group of women?
Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it? It's really good. I mean, when I first came along, I was a bit hesitant whether I wanted to join a group exercise sort of thing. But it's great. There's all ages, all shapes, all sizes, all different physical abilities. You're encouraged to work at your own pace, to push yourself within your own limits. It's just fabulous. It's really good.
And did you know anybody before you joined the group?
No, not at all.
No. And how do you feel about them now?
Lovely group.
Great group, isn't it?
Really lovely, really encouraging.
Great. And what sort of support have you received away from those face-to-face training sessions? Because we're obviously not just all about just those sessions during the week. You get a lot of other stuff coming your way. So what sort of support have you received, Carrie?
We've got the private members lounge on Facebook.
Yeah.
So what you're posting on Facebook, we were all panicking that was going across to everybody, but it just goes into our private lounge, so that's important.
Yeah.
And then you constantly sending us videos or emails. I'm sat in the car park waiting for the kids, and I'm thinking about you all, and so it's this sort of drip. If we were a boulder, you're the water that's dripping down and eroding all those sort of solid negative, habits that we have. So, but it's just it's sort of every day, almost annoying. Don't we? No, I joke, but it's you're thinking of us. We all start thinking about each other, don't we? And so it's just constant reinforcing and tips.
Yeah, great, good. Lovely. So I would say the tips are probably more the sort of how-tos, rather than the to-dos. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. And Mel, what about the supermarket tour? Because we do a supermarket tour as part of the programme, don't we?
Yeah, that was very enlightening actually, and very different from any sort of previous diet that I've been on. This is a complete programme that looks at absolutely everything. Absolutely fascinating to move away from low-fat foods, actually looking at labels and completely changing your mindset to what you sort of previously been indoctrinated into, really. Very helpful.
And trying to sort of fit the programme into your life, to fit you, rather than you trying to squeeze your life into someone else's ideal.
Absolutely, and it's very real. It's a real programme.
Doable,
It's doable. It's about you living your life in the day-to-day hectic world in which we all live in.
Yeah, great.
And also, it's all and foods that we can feed our families as well. So it's not there's a meal for me, and that actually doesn't even really taste like food or look like food out of a can or out of a microwave packet, and then there's everyone else's food. It's food that we actually want to nourish our families with, and it's good habits for all of them to go forward. So it's not just about us, is it?
Yeah, great. And finally, how did you find the workout part of it? Be honest.
And to begin with, I was really frightened about coming and exercising with other people and thinking I'm not going to be able to do it because my knees rubbish and this is rubbish and I'm rubbish and I'm so unfit, and it's just not at all, is it? It's good. You start off quite gently, don't you, with a bit of boxing, which I don't think many of us had done before, had we?
Quite fun.
And that was quite bonding, wasn't it? You sort of get too close to the people you're working with, and week by week you find you're able to do more, your fitness level increases, you can, where you couldn't even, I came and I wouldn't run, I could walk quite quickly, but I'm now running, and a lot of other ladies are doing the same, aren't they? They're all running, and the exercises change, don't they, from week to week, which is great. It keeps it interesting, and you find that you can do things that you
didn't think you could
do.
I agree. I think I'm not going to be able to do any of these things, which is why you don't join in other clubs and other things outside, because you think I can't do it, so I won't. But it's increased in its intensity in a steady way. There's again, it's non-judgmental. You give us a lot of encouragement. You constantly, and one of my criticisms about a lot of clubs is you go along and actually you're paying money for the instructor to do their exercises every day, and you're not exercising. You're constantly tweaking us, making sure that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing in the right way, so we're not damaging ourselves, which is important. And
you adapt it.
There's adaptations to different levels. But I really like that you're constantly tweaking us to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So that's important. And then it's been fun with the bonding, like you say. There's lots of variety. And then we had a bit of a pivotal moment last week when we were all doing our, what do they call the back? Tricep dips. And we all managed to do the whole...
That 40 seconds,
40 seconds, all of us. And so when we came around the second time in the circuit, we were all getting a bit tired. Nobody was going to be
we all kept going.
And we all kept doing it. That made it fun, didn't it?
Yeah. And that's a group of ladies that I would say you're not all massively competitive either, particularly. Everyone's
we're all very different ages, different sizes, so the only person you're competing with is yourself. But nobody wanted to be the one. But I think, but not because we didn't want to let the others down. Yeah. That was the point. Not because we wanted to beat anybody. We just didn't want to let anyone down. Certainly, that's how I felt.
I think that was the feeling amongst all of us, wasn't it? That you know, we wanted to do the best that we could, but also we were there together and we wanted to do it together, which was great.
And I feel stronger. I definitely feel stronger.
Yes, that was the question I was going to ask. You know, had you done any strength training before? Because obviously the programme is we've mentioned the boxing, which we use for the interval part of the training, but we use the strength training as well. So your experience with strength training prior to coming here was...
I've done some weights and machines and stuff at the gym, but I would always stop when it started getting difficult.
Yeah.
Whereas clearly that's the point, you've got to keep pushing through.
Yeah.
And we do, you know, that's been quite a shock.
And I think it's a steady build-up, isn't it? That you suddenly realise, I started off on an 8 weight, for example, doing those row things, and now I'm up to a 12.
Yeah.
And it is that steady improvement, and Alison pushing you, thinking, you can do the next step now, try that. And I think if I was on my own in the gym, I would stay static at where I was, possibly.
Because those inner voices say, that's fine, you've done enough, that's all right, you've been here for an hour. Whereas actually in the 25 minutes or whatever it is we're doing it, you're encouraging us to just go for it.
Get as much out of it.
Get as much out of it, but in half the time and with double the benefit.
Working more effectively.
So that's got to be value for money.
Brilliant, jolly good. And finally, if someone was watching this fabulous interview, I was thinking about booking onto a free taster week, what would you say?
It's easy to say just do it, but just do it. It is a very, very good programme. It's a holistic programme. There are lots of ladies, all different shapes, sizes, abilities. You will fit in. Don't be frightened to go and do it.
Yeah. And I know you sort of said that you were worried to begin with, but you know that after that first, we always say it's a bit like walking into the Big Brother house. Not that I've ever been in the Big Brother house, but I would imagine that's what it's like to begin with. But that goes quite quickly, does it?
Yeah, very quickly. Yeah. I would say that when the first session started, and at the end of that first session, there was no hesitation about or fear of coming back for the second session at all.
Good. Jolly good.
Well, I would have said I was just going to say that you really, you've got nothing to lose except negative inner voices and weight. So, and that whole thing about when you said to me, you're never going to have to say again on a Sunday, I'll start again on Monday, because actually you only start on Monday, and then so far every week it's been a build-up and more improvement,
more progression.
It's very positive, isn't it? It's a very positive experience.
Brilliant. Jolly good, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
If you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and you just want to get off that diet and binge merry-go-round, why not come and join a group of unstoppable ladies here at Zigzag Women's Fitness and Motivation? For more information about booking onto my free taster week, go to www.zigzagpt.co.uk and grab your place now.